Social engineering. So, what is social engineering? Social engineering is the art of manipulating people into performing actions or giving away information that helps the attacker compromise his or her target. Social engineering right now poses a very big security risk to lots of organizations. Sometimes when an attacker is not able to find a vulnerability in the target network, he might trick a vulnerable employee into giving away the information needed to gain access to the systems. Attackers usually find that it is much easier to trick someone into giving away their passwords than to spend time and resources into cracking their password. So how do attackers trick us into giving away our data? They basically exploit human emotions. The 6 basic emotions that can be exploited are excited, tender, scared, angry, sad, and happy. Let's see a few examples on how the hackers use these emotions to exploit us. Let's look at this email over here. This email says your email ID has won so many dollars in the Yahoo Asia lottery draws. And it is asking for a person's full name, contact address, location, and telephone number. This is exploiting somebody's happiness or excitement that they have won so much money. And if the person is weak in terms of these emotions, then he might reply with all the details that this person wants. Let's see another example. Fake virus alert emails. These sort of attacks work by sending an email to the victim saying that he has been infected by a virus and telling him to download and execute an antivirus. But usually the file that they're telling you to download is usually the virus. And this works by exploiting the fear within a person. This is a phishing attack. It's a very common type of attack in which an attacker sends a tricky email to the victim with a link to go to a fake page that looks exactly like the original page. So in this email you can see it says, "Dear Facebook user, in order to make your experience safer and more enjoyable, Facebook will be implementing a new login system." And when the user clicks on update, it will take him to a login page that looks exactly like Facebook, but his credentials are stored with the attacker. This exploits the trust a person has in Facebook. Another very famous attack is phone phishing, in which a person calls the victim and pretends to be an authority and extracts sensitive information from the victim. The person usually gives away this information because he does not want to get into trouble. Let's see a few case studies of social engineering attacks. First, let's look at the WHCMS attack. In May 2012, UG Nazi, a very infamous hacking group, used social engineering to compromise the WHCMS server. What they did was they social engineered HostGator employees, which is the web host of WHCMS, and gained access to their servers. They ended up leaking about 1.7 GB of data. Another very famous group which uses social engineering is the Syrian Electronic Army, or SEA for short. They use a method called spear phishing, which is sending customized phishing emails to their targets. Their top targets include Wall Street, Microsoft, Forbes, Daily Dot, and Truecaller. Let's have a look at a few social engineering masterminds. First, let's look at Kevin Mitnick. He was once referred to as the most wanted computer criminal of the United States, and what he did was he hacked into corporates to steal their source codes for their softwares. And he was on the run for almost 2.5 years, and he was arrested in 1995, and for all his hacking he got 5 years in jail. But now he runs a security company by the name Mitnick Security Consulting, and he helps corporates protect against security attacks. The next people on our list is the Badir brothers. They hacked a few radio stations and used their phone board to set up their own telephone network and gained lots of money from it. And they did lots of phone-based hacking, and they're from Israel. Another famous social engineer is Chris Hangley. He has written many books related to social engineering, and his most famous book is Social Engineering: The Art of Human Hacking. It's been, let's say, a Bible for people studying social engineering, and he is also a professional social engineer, which means that he's hired by companies to try to get into them. Another famous social engineer is Cosmo the God. His name is not yet released because he is still a minor, and he was arrested at the age of 15 in 2012, and he was a member of the UG Nazi group. He was their main social engineer, and he managed to get exploit vulnerabilities in Amazon, Apple, AT&T, PayPal, and AOL and Microsoft in order to get access to their users. Let's look at some defense methods against social engineering. First and most important is that proper security training should be given to the employees so that they're aware when they're being attacked. And one should never give any sort of sensitive information over the phone without verifying the other person on the other end. And never be fooled by emails saying that you want something that that is not intended for you. And never directly open the links provided in emails. Instead, you should copy the link, paste it into the URL bar, and then see that it's a legitimate link and then visit it. And if possible, large organizations should hire social engineers to perform an audit of their security systems.